By now, you've made a heap of progress with the Async-first starter kit. In stage 1, you identified the value you're seeking to get with your Async-first shift, and you agreed on the goals you want to achieve in the next 30 days. In stage 2, you reflected on your team's current maturity with distributed work practices. You've probably come up with a few ideas for improvement already. But hold on for a moment. Before you implement any actions, it's important for the team to agree on some fundamentals.
Because it's all about fundamentals. Fundamentals, fundamentals, fundamentals. You've got to get the fundamentals down because otherwise the fancy stuff isn't going to work.
So that's what stage 3 is about. Fundamentals. No stress, it's pretty basic stuff. Let's go to step 6 on the mural outline. You'll notice in big words the fundamental premise of being async first. Meetings are the last resort, not the first option. At the heart of async first is the realization that we have too many meetings. And frankly, many of them are a waste of time. Until we agree to the basic premise that we can't default to meetings, it'll be hard to go async first. For more on this, check out my introductory videos on async first collaboration. So coming back to meetings as the last resort, this is the Ulysses Pact of going async first. There are 2 other agreements that the team must make related to this pact. Number 1, writing becomes a primary mode of communication in the team. Number 2, everyone's comfortable with reasonable lags in communication. Take some time for people to share their hopes and concerns about this pact. If there are any objections, pause to address them as a team. But remember, without the Ulysses Pact, async first is a no-go. If you and your team need time to reflect or pause, this is the time to do so. If you're ready to move forward, though, the next step is to define what reasonable lag means. For this, you as a facilitator must have done some prep already. In panel 6, you'll notice that we've listed a bunch of communication media that teams often use, the length of communication on these mediums, whether you should expect a reply or not, how soon you should expect a reply, and if you should expect after-hours replies at all. What you see right out of the box is a sensible default, but give it a once-over, and if you want to change or add a medium, go for it. When you're ready, throw this on the screen with the team and check how people feel about it. They can use sticky notes to share their thoughts in silence. When everyone's done, do what you must to reach an agreement the team's comfortable with. At a later point, be sure to take this agreement to a more permanent document. And as a last step for stage 3, you and your team must agree on some basic meeting protocols. There isn't much to argue about these. Every meeting must have an agenda. If you won't get or add value to a meeting, you should be able to decline it. If you have more than 8 attendees in a meeting, it's probably a waste of time. And you must document every meeting. Pretty straightforward, right? There usually isn't much debate about these protocols, but let's leave the space open for people to share their comments about these fundamentals. Once everyone's agreed to the basics, you should be able to go to stage 4. I'll tell you all about that in the next video.